We're very proud of her actually. So she manages it quite well. So yeah.
All this won't come and tell me, but I'll tell to camera.
I must tell you.
Yeah lah.
I'm proud of you, Shereen.
Hi, my name is Shereen. I'm currently pursuing my Masters and I'm a Singaporean henna artist. So henna originated around 5,000 years ago and is mainly practiced in regions such as like Africa, Asia, basically anywhere where there's a hot desert climate. So back in the day, henna was originally used for medicinal and cooling purposes. People would apply henna to their head, to their hands, to their feet as well. So when it was discovered that henna leaves a temporary stain or a temporary dye, the purpose of it soon turned decorative. People started applying them to their hair to kind of give it the brown dye, or even as a form of like a decorative art on their hands and feet. So today in Singapore, in the Indian and Malay communities, we mainly use henna for all sorts of functions, but mainly for weddings, birthdays, any sort of gathering of people. I think there's also some like cultural significance to henna. So usually during wedding times, a lot of like the older aunties, they love to check how dark the stains are. And they will joke to the bride saying that, oh, your husband does not love you enough, you gotta make him love you even more. So my history with henna started when I was around 7 or 8 years old. My mom would drag me to the bazaar and she would force me to get my henna done. And because I was really young at the time and I hated how henna smelled, I would leave the bazaar crying so loudly that my mom stopped bringing me to the bazaar. And for a few years, I didn't touch henna. Around the time when I turned about 11 or 12, I started picking up the hobby of drawing. At one point, my mom got really sick of it and she passed me a henna cone and she told me to just draw with this. I took it up as a hobby and I decided to practice over the years. And I guess when I felt that I was good enough to start offering services to other people, that's when I decided to turn it into a business. I'm Shereen, I'm a henna artist, and this is my art.
That's how Papa cleaning the house, right? He broke something else.
Yeah, I saw. And then he quietly carry and go into the kitchen. I'm asking him, what is it? No, nothing.
So what you break?
Nothing break lah. The vacuum cleaner. So the plug drop. So the plug break lah.
So something break lah.
So I change the plug. I throw it
Change
over.
already.
Yeah, ready lah.
My daily routine for an event day is usually I will wake up about 1.5 hours before I need to leave. And then I will shower, change, prep everything that I need to bring. The items that I bring for event days are already in a luggage. So I'll just do a double check to see if I have everything that I need. Depending on the event as well, I'll kind of like curate like what are the designs I want to bring over. And then depends on whether my parents or my brother will be dropping me. If not, I'll take the car and I'll go as well. Yeah. The relationship with my family is actually very casual. My parents have been very supportive of me, like pursuing my business, with my studies, and everything else that I've been doing. Although they were quite strict about it at the start, over the years, they've slowly like relented, and then now they are the ones who will bring me like for my appointments and then help me to like set up for bigger events as well.
We supported her henna from the start because she said that she wanted to go into it. Previously when she bought cones from some other artists, or she bought ready-made cones, and I was the guinea pig. She always used to draw on me. Then she started making her own cones. We got a blender, we got a tabletop mixer for her, and then we supported her. How dear?
Up and down.
Transport. Pick up.
Carrying there. He will bring all the table, chairs. He will bring everything up and down. You see. And then we will wait until finished, and he will bring everything back.
Okay, but that was after everything became bigger.
Yeah.
Okay, before that
we bring you back, we bring you back.
Yes.
And we help you to clear up the mess
so
at
you
home.
bring me back, but they will scold me along the way.
Of course. We're very proud of her actually. So she manages it quite well. So yeah.
All this won't come and tell me, but I'll tell to camera.
I must tell you.
Yeah lah.
I'm proud of you, Shereen. Shereen, you're washing.
I know, washing all the plates.
Oh my God, you're washing. It's been ages since I saw you wash plates.
Then
you always say that my fingernails, my nails, my hand, my clothes. Oh my, you're washing.
So yesterday I washed the plates all of what? For today, we are actually rolling the cones, and then we will be piping the henna into the cones. So the process of making a henna cone is actually pretty simple. We get the henna powder, we add some essential oil, we add some sugar, and then put in a bit of water, mix it in together. leave it usually overnight, and in the morning when I wake up, that's when I will pipe it into the smaller henna cones. So usually before an event, I will make about 10 cones. I already have some prepared from the last event that I did, so I'm just chopping up maybe another 5 cones for today. I do make every single henna cone personally. I think it's a bit of a added touch to make each cone. Since I'm the one that uses the cone the most, I like it to be made exactly how I want it to be. So I started doing henna since I was about 10 years old, and then I started it as a business about 3 years ago. So I always loved to draw since I was a child, and you can ask my parents, but I'll always be doodling on like my notebooks and papers and even on my hand. So I think there was once my mom passed me a henna cone and she told me, why don't you just draw with this instead? And then since then I just never put down a cone. My mom has this problem during event days when we need to close, because when we are doing bazaars, we usually close by
11, 12?
about 12 a.m. latest. She would be talking to customers, and as we are closing and the artists are so tired, she'll turn to me and she'll go, can you just take one last customer? Small design, it'll be very fast. And that goes on for like at least the next like 10 people. And by the time we actually close, it becomes 1, 2 a.m. No, the big one you take. So today we are headed to a Deepavali pop-up event. So it's for me to set up a henna booth, and I'll be drawing henna for any customers that are coming in, just meeting other business people as well. Okay, so today we are at Notcom 1. So there's a Deepavali pop-up event that's happening today that's hosted by Niswara.sg. So she has brought down a couple of like small businesses together, and she's also invited a couple of like entrepreneurs to come on down to give talks and speeches about like running your own business. So I am hosting a henna/jaguar ink booth today for anyone that's coming down, and at the same time it's sort of like a networking event for us to get to know like the other business owners in like the Indian community. For each event that I do, I usually don't expect people to turn up, but honestly, like for any event, like the expectations usually just get surpassed. Today, I'm really hoping that there's a couple of people who want to come and get their henna done, and even if there are none, at least I have the opportunity to meet other people. So this is Ari. She's my henna student since June. Her mother reached out to me because she told me that her daughter wanted to learn how to draw henna, teach her the basic skills, and teaching her how to just draw like simple designs that she can draw for her friends and family.
When I first wanted to do it, I didn't know where to find a teacher from, so my mom just went online and like found this random lady. She had a salon as her main business, but she did henna, you know, on the side for like brides and stuff. So she would just be like, do this, and then she would go in another room, like with the door open, and she would like wax her armpits and like wax her and then she would make me do it. And so I found that really weird. And she wouldn't teach me sometimes. Her cleaner would teach me.
So when her mom came back one day and told her that she found another henna artist for her, and it was me,
I didn't know it was her.
she didn't know what to expect.
Yeah,
and she thought that I would be the same.
Yeah.
So I usually come up with the designs based on like, I guess, inspiration that I see online. So there are a lot of different types of henna designs that come about due to the different regions. So depending on which henna type I want to follow, then I'll kind of like come up with the ideas as I go along. I think since I started doing henna, it was always about the culture. When I draw henna for myself or for other people, I always feel like more connected to my roots as I'm drawing.
So the biggest highlight of my henna journey was when we got confirmed as a vendor for F1. I still remember receiving the email from them 2 weeks before I had to leave for Australia. I scheduled the first meeting that I had with them on the day that I landed, and my flight landed at 6 a.m. The call was scheduled for 10 a.m. I could not sleep the whole night. I had no idea what to expect, and I was even very surprised that they reached out to us in the first place. So the worst experience I had doing henna or running my business was the second time that I decided to do a pop-up booth during the Deepavali period. So I was at Tekka Place and they opened up the level 2 area for us to set up like a stall there. Unfortunately, I ran into another business who was not really happy that there was another henna stall there, and that led to a little bit of like an argument or like disagreements about like space and how I was stealing her customers. That whole experience kind of made me like really disheartened because I never viewed henna as something that was very like competitive. I think all of us artists should be like supporting each other.
What would you like to say to your family for supporting you that you haven't said to them yet?
I think the biggest thing I would like to say is thank you, like for supporting me since I was young. It took them a while to be a lot more supportive. They were very cautious people because they wanted me to focus on my education at first. But I think over the years, they have slowly softened, and I think I've not had a chance to properly thank them for all of this. But I think one of my, the biggest goals that I would like to do is to take them on holiday with like the money that I've earned from the business, because that's like the biggest thank you that I can give to them. So for me, the future of henna, I still do see it as being very traditional. But I think at this point, we are moving away from just using it for like celebrations and weddings. But henna is now becoming more available for like a day-to-day wear, especially for like festivals, any sort of like music festivals and things like that. People are reaching out to me to get their henna done, and that's something that makes me like really happy that henna is no longer just made for like Indians or Malays in Singapore, but it's more for like anyone and everyone can adorn it. I love henna so much, but I don't ever want it to be a full-time business because henna has always been something that's been therapeutic for me. I'm afraid that having it as a full-time business would destroy my passion for it. So by keeping it as a passion project, it allows me to build and nurture a community of cultural creatives and like-minded individuals. I feel like people shouldn't just see us as service providers, but they should see us as creatives because we are exploring henna with the same fascination that you have. To me personally, henna would always be a part of my culture, and it is something I won't ever want to give up.